Good morning and happy Saturday to everybody. This is Jacob Palmer from Palmer Electrical. We are coming at you from the warehouse today for another episode of the truck cleanout series. This thing's a mess. It's been a mess and it's been too long since it's gotten a proper clean out. As I'm cleaning out my truck, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the materials, maybe show you some pictures from my jobs that I've had recently, talk a little bit about organization, talk a little bit about truck logistics, and then I'm also going to spend a little bit of time cleaning out and reorganizing some of the warehouse too. If you're a gear guy or if you're a shop guy, get comfortable, you're gonna like this one. First things first, as always, I'm gonna get everything out of the truck that doesn't need to be in there. Let's get started. I want to clear off my cart here so that I can work off of it. I usually have a rule where these stay completely empty until they're ready to be used. And well, as you can see, I've kind of broken that rule. Got a big restock on devices. So this will all be organized. Bits here need to get put back on the truck. Oh yeah, avalanche, watch out, whoa. Let's get this garbage squared away. Put up one of these Hunter ceiling fans for a customer. Every once in a while you get lucky. Your customer picks up the Hunter Express. The main body all comes pre-assembled. The wiring, it has its own little terminal block. And then the blades just snap right on. You don't need to screw them on or anything. These go up way faster. Also trash in the back. I installed a couple of these RAB wall packs. He wanted something good and bright. He wanted to replace a couple of older fixtures. Yeah, he had a couple of these old Lithonia single bulb lamps here. These are the WP2 XFU. These were pretty easy to put up, really not too bad, and we got two of them. It's just an old single phase whole house fan motor. It was no longer in use. My customer had me remove it, so this will be disassembled and scrapped. All right, let me start getting some of these loose boxes out here. Got a bunch of these Wago boxes here. Shoe covers. I get the Project Source brand from Lowe's. Shoe guards. Some random connectors. We got a loose, this is a weather resistant GFCI receptacle here. Some more device boxes. Some extra down rods. So I picked up these extra down rods for a customer who was relocating a fan. There was a high ceiling fan that was getting replaced with a new fan, and he wanted that existing fan relocated elsewhere in the home. So he needed a shorter down rod, so I picked up some of these. When I was there for the quote, I didn't realize looking at it from the ground that it was a 1/2 inch down rod, so neither of these would work. Luckily, there was another 1/2 inch down rod fan that was getting replaced, so we were able to repurpose that. So these are probably gonna have to get returned to Lowe's. Lord knows when I'll have to use that again. This is a random paper from an exhaust fan soffit vent that I installed for a customer. I'm no HVAC guy, but when I'm installing a new bath fan, you know, I'm able to do that for them. I'm always sure to use the right size exhaust and the foil tape and all of that, zip ties around it and whatnot. Really, I just copy what I see from new construction homes as closely as I can. Got a loose hammer in the ground, and this is actually loose because I replaced the hammer out of my bag. I was using this 19-ounce Est-Wing framing hammer. Super cool hammer, really heavy. These claws are super sharp, and I think it looks super cool. Leather grip handle and whatnot. I switched to this little guy here. This is the WIHA German, so it's VIHA or whatever. Electricians hammer. It's lighter weight, and it's a significantly smaller face of the hammer there. It's got a pretty similar claw shape on it and whatnot, but it's way shorter. You see a significant length difference. It's almost about 5 inches shorter. I switched actually because Steve from Steve's Wood Shop and Tool Repair gave me the chance to use one of these. I was at his place doing some work, and he had one of these around, and I was like, hey, why don't you let me give that a try? I gave it a swing and I really liked it. So you know, I picked it up, and this fits a lot better in my tool bag here. It takes up a lot less space and it doesn't stick up nearly as high. So the Est-Wing hammer is coming off the truck. Plastic and instructions. Big box of various materials here. I've really made a big switch recently to using these screw-in boxes. When I use these in videos, I get comments, people saying, oh, you're not supposed to penetrate the side of the box. This is designed to work this way. It's got screws pre-installed here. This right here is an Allied molded slider box. Slider box because the screw bracket here moves. I think that's so that you have some adjustability after you install it. But it's designed to do it. You can see here that these screws here are pre-installed through these penetrations through the slider. The slider covers the whole rest of the thing. So there's no open penetrations or anything like that. And you can see the plastic is designed to fit around that screw head there. So, you know, this is designed, and obviously you can see in the back here, it's UL listed. Got cubic inch marking. This is the Allied molded SB2. That's slider box 2 gang. These are available from a few different brands. This is the Arlington variant here. There's a few other brands that make boxes that are similar to these, but I really like these. These do a really great job. You can use these for new work and for old work, and they're very easily removable non-destructively. You can just unscrew these screws and adjust or remove the box completely if that's necessary. So really cool materials there. I like using random single gang 3-hole box. This is a fresh roll of 12-2 NMB wire here. Container of 2.5-inch deck screws. Directions for a timer switch, actually for control of those, one of those LED wall packs you saw. All right, that's all the random stuff out of the back of the truck. Get all this out of the way, and then I'm going to get the old shop vac in the mix. I'm going to get the rest of this stuff cleared up out of here so we can vacuum all the dust out. This is one of the things that I'm really looking to change here soon. So all my stock of boxes that I use in the truck that I just keep around are in these 3 bins here. And it's worked okay. I mean, I keep cut-in boxes, old work boxes on top, nail-on boxes in the middle. It's getting low, as you can see. And then steel boxes on the bottom. It's worked all right, because really, if I have a job that I know I'm going to be using a whole lot of boxes at, usually I will have purchased that in a material order and then have them ready, usually just like up here at the front. I'm really interested in making that more efficient. And really, as you saw when I was getting all this out, I do have to kind of climb in there some to get some stuff out. I'm really thinking about getting one of the bed slider systems. Now that's going to be kind of costly. I'll probably try to engineer something like that for myself instead of spending the money on it, but you know, there are good solutions for that. That's all the loose stuff out. Let's get this vacuumed.
Your attention please. Do you run a home service business or are you thinking of starting one? Well, that's just great news because today's sponsor Jobber has the #1 solution for CRM, scheduling, invoicing, and payments all made easy on one platform. With Jobber, home service business owners can unlock more time in their day thanks to all of the simple tools built right into the software. I'm talking one-click invoicing. I'm talking price book management. I'm talking tap to pay on the iPhone that you already own. I'm talking automatic review request links sent to your customers after you deliver them 5-star service. It's simple to set up, all paired with a very easy to use mobile app. Pretty much everything you can do on your computer, you can do on your mobile app. And if you're still skeptical, well, guess what? You get to find out for free. Not one dime do you have to spend before you can find out how Jobber can help your business. All you have to do to find out is to click the top link in the description or go to go.getjobber.com/Palmer Electrical. I use Jobber to run my business and you should too. Thank you, Jobber, for sponsoring this video.
All right, that's everything all cleared out here. And this here's all the stuff that came out. But you know, something definitely needs to change with these boxes. And then also, like, you can see I have my coils of flex. I like to keep that around because it ends up getting used pretty frequently. Usually it just ends up on the floor back there in the back of the truck. This is an 8-foot bed here, so I gotta climb all the way back there and get that out. And usually my ladders are hanging here. So it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's definitely a pain sometimes. So I'd like to get that locked down with a good, efficient solution. For now, we're just gonna keep on moving with the clean out. I'll be thinking about that as I continue going. One major thing is restocking my devices. Okay, so starting on the bottom, GFCI's 240 volt receptacles and Decora style switches and receptacles. And I just keep 15 amp tamper resistant GFCIs stocked usually. Of course, as we know, table 210.21 allows 15 or 20 amp rated receptacles on a 20 amp circuit for circuits that supply more than single outlet locations. These GFCIs, having two receptacles on the face of them here, mean that no matter what, if these are installed on a circuit, they will never be a single outlet location. This counts as two outlets. This right here, this is a single outlet. So if you put one of these on a circuit, it must be a 20 amp if it's on a 20 amp circuit. If it's on a 15 amp circuit, it must be a 15 amp version of one of these with no other outlet locations. GFCIs have two plug-in locations, so that does not count as a single outlet location. So even if this is the only receptacle on a 20 amp circuit, this is permissible to be used. That's why I don't keep 20 amp GFCIs stocked. Now, if I'm installing a new 20 amp receptacle circuit, usually I'll go ahead and purchase a 20 amp GFCI to install for it. So that's why I just stock these 15 amps. This is a 1450R, 1430R here in stock. This should be enough Decora receptacles here, but I'm going to go ahead and put some extra Decora style receptacles here. Empty box. Should be good for this one. And then this box here is where I keep toggle and duplex style, and you can see pretty well cleared out. This needs a restock real bad. This needs some toggle three-ways, needs some toggle single poles to keep my weather resistant receptacles in here also. 15 amp single pole. Also on some of my 20 amp tamper resistance. Empty box. Stocked up on devices, much better. Alright, and then these are my main stock cabinets here for my most common materials. Cut-in boxes, smart box type there. 2-gang data rings. More steel boxes go up here in the cabinet. The other day I was in a rush and went to grab a 4-square out of the cabinet here, pulled it out and grabbed it on the truck, and didn't realize till I got to the job site that it's an extension ring. So lesson learned. I'll place that so that you can tell it's an extension ring. What do we got here? Duplex receptacles, toggle switches, receptacles, single pole switches, Decora single poles, Decora 3-way, more single poles, empty box. Got some screws. Oh no. Broken breaker. That's too bad. Canopy cover, chandelier parts, all this cleared out. Empty box. A roll of wire. Alright, I got a bunch of these extra shoe guards here. These are my favorite organizer bins to use. I went ahead and just bought a whole bunch of them. These are just the cheap clear stacking bins, the Yukon brand from Harbor Freight. But these are my favorite just for general organization bins. These, I'll keep these over here. These are 3/4 inch rigid straps. Empty box. All right, I'm gonna work on just getting this cabinet here organized up. This whole top shelf is a mess. I'm gonna use a combination of some of these clear just zippers, sandwich style bags, and some of these clear bins. I'm just gonna put a lockdown on all this loose stuff here, make an improvement. All right, this is what I came up with here. I used some of my clear bins to separate it out into 1/2 inch, 3/4, and 1 inch fittings and connectors and stuff. I don't find myself using a ton of metal conduit, so I don't have a big stock. I just got them separated out into bags, labeled for what they're for. Just a few small things here. An extra can of the foam lube. I really like using the foam lubricant instead of like the actual liquid for pulling conduit. It's just a lot cleaner in my opinion, easier to work with. Got 1-hole strap boxes labeled with their size and type. Extra PVC fittings and whatnot here. Steel boxes, regular boxes. All right, another box to organize here. Stocked up on stackers as well as a handful of these extra large 1 inch button style connectors. Put these up in here. Nail-ons, larger bushings and connectors, 1.25 inches. Couple of these access panels, large and small. And then I think I'm just going to use this box for everything relating to these venting supplies here. All right, venting materials are up and out of the way. Empty box. I got some of these Polaris wire connectors. Now these are kind of special because these are rated for in-the-wall connection. People really don't like using these, and frankly, I don't either. I've actually never installed one of these kits here. Handy to have them around, just in case. I really wouldn't recommend using these on anything that's absolutely critical and important. But if properly installed, these are rated to go right inside of a wall and covered up. And I just happened to see these in store at one of the supply houses, so picked up a couple kits. These are the Polaris NMS-3. I'm gonna put these up here just kind of with splice connectors. And then these extra chandelier parts and screws and things. These are great to keep around. A lot of times if a customer gets a used chandelier or used fixture or moves them themselves, this kind of stuff gets lost. So just so I can make it a repair or pull out the lost part on the spot, makes you look really professional. Found some more 3/4 inch fittings. Got all this cleared out. Now it's time for everybody's favorite part, the front seat, baby. This stays in here. Leg strap stays in here also. Code book stays up front. Pretty much everything else here, not supposed to be here. Let's get rid of trash first. Empty box. This is a little MagSafe neck holder for my phone. I use this to record like on the spot shorts and things like that. If I just need something to hold camera, maybe I don't have my GoPro with me. This is what I use. Tinted safety glasses, another canopy, more steel pancakes, a tube of fire caulk, and then some more random cover plates, switches, some fixture chain. I have all this because a customer had a lamp that they wanted me to convert to a chandelier, so I got a variety of pieces for myself to make that happen for them in a nice, clean way. I like using my Milwaukee gloves. I have my guy order size small for me. Can never seem to find size small gloves in store. Fiberglass cut in, some of these Racketeers, shim my box spacer things here. Dimmers, I got a big restock of dimmers. More of these shoe guards. More trash, extra breakers. Oh, this guy. So this little thing here came with a different Hunter fan that I installed for a customer. And this is their little tool to install their globe collar rings. So I have a small collection of all the different brands of tool bottle openers here. Pittsburgh from Harbor Freight, the Milwaukee one, Quinn also from Harbor Freight. And then I have a couple of these Wera bottle openers. Super cool. The red, white, and blue one. So I just think this is kind of cool. So this guy is also a tool bottle opener. So it's gonna go in with the collection. Fun stuff. The front seat area here, something that needs a big improvement. Oh, found a brick of duck seal. If you have any suggestions for good front seat organizers, please let me know. This part here is always the most cluttered in the truck. I could definitely use a suggestion. Leave a comment. All right, let's get all these goodies put up. 3-ways and toggles. GFCI. Keep these in a drawer on the side access. You can see the stock has dwindled. Empty box. Empty box. A 3-port. Stocked up on Wago connectors. 3 extra boxes. Put these in. And then I keep dimmers and specialty devices in their own pack-out case here. Bunch of random extras here. I keep these types of things set up as just as samples for people, just so they can kind of see what their options are for different types of devices. Same thing with these Adorn series switches. Love these. And a couple of just standard toggle style dimmers. And then one of these Skylark dimmers. Good. This pile of wire and supplies are for my job on Monday, so those will get loaded up when we're done. This guy here, this is a 10-inch wide, 3/4 inch thick piece of PVC. This has got this wood grain pattern on one side and then smooth on the other. So this is for exterior trim work, and I bought this to use as a backer board for mounting on exterior walls. So what I like to do, mount whatever equipment, boxes, whatnot, directly onto this instead of directly onto the surface of the home. You can screw right into it and cut it just like wood. Make sure you use a mask. And then this PVC is a great option for it because it doesn't rot. And it just makes it look a little bit better. It makes it for a clean install. These aren't cheap. This was originally an 8-foot length, and this cost $50 to purchase just this one board here. I think it's well worth it. I have some extra here that I'll be able to use in the future. It's one of those nice little touches, makes for a really clean, professional looking install. Lean this up over here. I've also got a thinner 1/2-inch board of the same stuff, the PVC back there. Bulbs up here. This is the land of misfit bulbs. These all have one, maybe 2 bulbs left in their packages, but I keep them around. All right, so that's the truck cleaned out. I got all my stuff loaded up for Monday that I'll need. I guess it's good to know that I can fit 90 feet of 1-inch PVC up there. I'm gonna get the rest of the trash and everything taken out to the dumpster, and then we're gonna get a couple of shop tasks out of the way. Next, I've got these 2 ladders that I purchased recently that need better marking. I've got my Palmer stencil. Should work. Now there's no question whose it is. We'll give these a minute to dry. Flip them over, other side. All right, I would say that that is sufficient. This can is dead. Set this over here to dry. Let's go get the truck clean. It's been too long since you got a wash. Look at that shine. I paid a lot of money for this wrap, and it's I feel bad whenever it gets so dirty. But we're a lot better now, and the whole shop is in a much better way. None of this is customer facing, except maybe the customers who watch these videos. And of course, I'm not here during the work day. I'm usually in the field. But having a nice clean shop like this, I do find that it really helps me during the day-to-day, because I know that I can return to a nice clean shop. It's more of a mental thing. It's still not perfect. I'm sure there's a lot of people watching that have much more organized shops. So if you do, you know, like I keep saying through these videos, leave a comment, please, and tell me how you think I could be doing things better or differently. I love reading your comments, and they really are a huge help. Let me know what you think. And hit the like button if you liked the video. And if you made it this far into the video, you probably think I'm pretty cute. So why don't you hit the subscribe button too while you're at it? The channel just hit 25,000 subscribers, which as far as YouTube goes is not a lot, but it's so cool to me that there are 25,000 people that have seen me on YouTube and decided they want to see more. So thank you to everybody who's watched. Thank you to everybody who comes back and watches more videos, even these just truck clean out videos, the ones that are not in the field. I get a lot of positive feedback, and it's greatly appreciated. So thanks so much for watching. This has been Jacob Palmer from Palmer Electrical. I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care.